Hi, and welcome to this edition of Everything Home. Today we're going to teach you how to fix a broken PVC pipe. We're going to use two different kinds of couplings. The first one we're going to do is what they call a compression coupling. Now this one doesn't require any PVC glue, and it's really simple to put on. The other one we're going to do is what they call an easy slip fitting coupling. This one actually requires PVC glue, and there's a little more entailed to put in, but I actually like the way this one holds up a little bit better. Let's get started and we'll show you how to put these on. So what we've done is we've attached a piece of PVC pipe with a little bit of a hole, a break in it, to these two 2x4s. And this is to simulate the pipe being buried in the ground. Okay, let's get started with our first repair. As you can see, we've got our piece of damaged PVC pipe. Now we've screwed this onto the table to simulate it being buried in the ground. Because typically what happens is when you damage piece of PVC pipe with a shovel or a pick or something, when it's buried, it's very difficult to use a normal glue-on coupling to repair the pipe. Because what happens is normally you've damaged an area that's bigger than what the coupling can do. So you'll usually have to put on two couplings and an extra piece of pipe in the middle to repair that damaged area. Well, it's very difficult to get the pipe up enough to be able to get these on and slide a new piece of pipe in between without digging out the pipe for probably 5 feet in either direction. So a simpler fix for that is one of these, and this is a compression coupling. Now this is very simple. Basically if you unscrew it, you can look on the inside, both sides are the same. You've got a rubber bushing, and then you have your cap, and basically the cap will go on, the rubber bushing will go on the pipe, and then as soon as you put this on and tighten it together, that bushing will compress around that pipe. That's why it's a compression fitting, and will seal that pipe. So let's get started and show you how to put this one on. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out this damaged area of pipe, but we don't want to cut out too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to take apart our compression fitting. And with that apart, we're going to see how big of a piece that we want to cut out of this pipe so that we can still get the compression fitting in there and still have it work to where it will seal on it. So we're going to mark this right here and here, and we're going to cut out that section. Now I prefer to use a pipe cutter because it's much easier, but you can use a saw or a hacksaw to be able to take that out. So we're going to cut that there. And then we're going to cut this piece here and take out that damaged section. Okay, now that we have the piece of damaged pipe removed, the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to take one of those end caps and we're going to place that on the pipe. And then we're going to take the rubber bushing, and then that's going to slide onto the pipe. You want to make sure that this pipe, before you put the rubber bushing on, because it's been buried, is clean and doesn't have any large gouges or anything in it. Now you're going to want to do the other side, same thing. Put that on, and then you're going to take the coupler itself and you're going to slide that into place. And then you're going to tighten the end caps on it. Now as you tighten these end caps, it's going to squeeze that rubber bushing tight onto the PVC pipe. And once you get that tight and in place, that's going to create a watertight seal that's good up to 150 pounds of pressure. Okay, the next coupler we're going to show you is the easy slip fitting coupler. Now this one requires a little bit more effort to put on, and actually you'll have to use glue and then another coupler like this. And this is just your normal glue-on coupler. We'll be putting that on this end of the pipe, and then this end here will actually glue onto there. This one will glue on here and then slip into this end and get glued on to the other end of this. Now let's take this apart and take a look at the inside of it. So if you unscrew the one cap, you're going to notice there's an O-ring on the inside there. That's what seals this here. And then you have the slip fitting itself. Now that has two different O-rings that slide on the inside of this. That's a smooth surface, and then that actually creates a watertight seal in there, but it allows this piece to slide out. And the great thing about that is once we have all this together, you can cut your pipe and then it gives you room to get this to fit inside in between that without having to dig either of these out. So let's get started on putting this one in. First thing I like to do is glue actually this coupler onto this end of the slip fitting. So it's really easy. All we're going to do, we're going to apply a little bit of Christie's Blue Glue on the inside of this fitting, then a little bit on this fitting here. Then we're going to slide that together. We'll put that in and twist it a little bit. Now we have that piece glued on here. The next thing that we're going to be able to do then is we're going to look at our pipe and we're going to make sure that we cut out enough of this pipe to be able to slide this in real easy. So what we'll do is we'll just spread this apart, but you're going to want to cut enough so that this fits in like this with this piece all the way pressed into the slip fitting. If you have this much room on either side, then you're going to be able to get this in. So our next step is we're going to glue this piece onto this end of the pipe. And you're going to want to make sure that this pipe is good and clean where you've cut it off. Okay, what we're going to do next, now that we have this coupler on, we're going to glue this end onto this piece of the pipe here. So we'll do the same thing. We'll put a little Christie's Blue Glue around there, a little bit inside this fitting. And this is just going to slide right in here and slide right into place. Now that that's into place, the next thing we're going to do is glue this end together. We're going to put a little bit inside this fitting here, and then a little bit around this fitting. Now all you have to do then is this is going to be able to slide, this piece is going to slide right out and into this piece of pipe. Now you have a connection there, and then once you've got that glued in, you're going to want to make sure that this piece is tightened all the way down and onto that. Now you've just replaced this piece of pipe without having to unbury all this and try to bend it up. It's probably one of the fastest and easiest ways to repair a damaged PVC pipe. Well, we've just shown you how to fix a broken PVC line with an easy slip coupling and a compression coupling. Now you can pick up both of these at most local hardware stores for under $5. They're a great way to fix a broken PVC line. There's a few limitations on them. Most of these will only go up to about 150 psi, and you want to use them on clean water. You don't want to use them on pumped water where you might have grits of sand or dirt in there, because it will break down the rubber in these, and actually they could be prone to leaking then. With that in mind though, these are great, easy fixes for most sprinkler lines and most lines going into the house for a water supply. We'll see you next time on Everything Home TV, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.